Welcome back, folks. Now let's take a deep dive into humanity's most cherished and ancient hobby, war. Oh yes, war. It's what humans do best, right after making up reasons to start wars. It's like we never really left the sandbox. Only now the sandbox is the entire planet and the toys can annihilate entire cities. In this grand game of global risk, the leaders shuffle armies around as if they were playing with toy soldiers. The twist? These soldiers aren't plastic, they're real, and the consequences of moving them aren't just lost turns, but lost lives. They toss around terms like strategic targets and collateral damage as if discussing high scores in a video game. But unlike games, you don't get to respawn in real life, do you? And let's not skirt around the juiciest part. War crimes, the dark art of breaking every rule of war and still managing to sleep at night. It's almost as if there's a secret masterclass titled War Crimes 101, How to Commit Atrocities and Sleep Like a Baby. The big players on the world stage are ace hypocrites, pointing fingers while patting themselves on the back, as if their bombs were gift-wrapped with peace and flowers. And yes, let's wade through the murky waters of war crimes and their, let's call them apologies. Because in the war game, admitting a mistake is like trying to play poker with transparent cards. You can see the bluff, but they play it anyway. First up, the timeless classic. We haven't heard reports of death, we'll check into it. This is bureaucratic for, if we ignore it long enough, maybe it'll disappear. It's like ignoring that weird engine noise in your car, hoping it'll turn into a purr. Next up, we have the ever-popular excuse. The people were killed, but by a faulty Hamas rocket. It's almost as if they're saying, hey, we didn't do it. It was one of those unreliable, off-brand rockets, you know? This one's like blaming the neighbor's poorly trained dog for the mess in your own backyard. No, we didn't make that mess. It was that unpredictable rogue rocket from next door. Very naughty, those rockets. Then we have the okay, we killed them, but they were terrorists. The age-old everyone I dislike is a terrorist routine. It's like calling your mailman a terrorist because he brings you bills. Then we have the okay, they were civilians, but they were used as human shields. This is where the plot thickens. It's not just a tragedy anymore. It's a tragedy with a conspiracy twist. Like saying, sure, I ate the last slice of pizza, but it threw itself at me. Then we have the okay. There were no fighters in the area, so it was our mistake. But we kill civilians accidentally. They do it on purpose. Here we have the Olympics of moral gymnastics. It's not about who did what. It's about who can spin it better in the press. Then we have the okay. We kill more civilians than they do. But have you seen what other countries are doing? The classic misdirection. It's like a magician saying, don't look at my left hand stealing your watch. Look at my right hand pulling a rabbit out of a hat. And the grand finale. Why are you still talking about us? Are you some kind of anti-Semite? The ultimate conversation killer. It's like saying, you can't possibly criticize me without being the villain. It's not a defense, it's a trapdoor. So there you have it, folks. The many stages of not really apologizing in the art of war. A world where words are as bendy as a contortionist and responsibility is slipperier than a greased-up politician. And remember, in the circus of international politics, everyone thinks they're the ringmaster, but most are just juggling clowns. Here we are, in the high-tech 21st century, capable of sending tweets from Mars, but still figuring out how not to obliterate ourselves over lines on a map. The human race, ladies and gentlemen, we can build smartphones and smart bombs, but can't seem to figure out smart decisions. Remember, in the grand circus of life, war is the act we've seen too many times, yet it keeps getting encores. Will we ever learn? Or will we keep applauding this tragic show? Till next time, keep those eyes peeled and brains sharp.